Okay, now let's take a moment and talk about how this thing comes shipped to you, because that's important. These units do come in an ocean container from China, as you can imagine, and a lot of the lesser cost, lesser quality units come only in a cardboard box. But Tecspace, they have attention to detail. They've actually taken the cardboard box and protected it within this plyboard crate. So this plyboard crate has screw downs as well as latch levers. So it's 2 latch levers. You open this up. This cardboard sleeve is banded to the floor of this unit, as well as side protection with cardboard. So this is a very well packaged unit. Once you get this out, you simply unband it from here. You would slide this cardboard sleeve up, and underneath will be your unit. Okay, let's talk about assembly, right? What else this entailed to put this together? First off, you really don't need any tools. Okay, inside of the box, you'll find your Tecspace branded drip tray that has to be put on. You'll find 2 covers for your hoppers. Your hoppers will already be installed, and they'll look like this. You won't have your handles on yet, but they will have the silicone dispenser gasket, and everything will be assembled. It just won't have your tops on. You'll have your pitcher for measuring out your water to syrup ratio. It's a 4:1. You have your little sticker. If you choose to use it, this will go in this position after you would take off the protective coating for the stainless steel unit. Nice Tecspace logo in there. You'll also have your whisk to whisk up your syrup and water ratio of dilution. You'll have your spare parts bag that has your lubricant grease that goes behind your silicone gaskets. You'll have 2 replacement gaskets that go behind the hoppers here. You have 2 dispensing nipple replacements. You'll have actually 1, and you'll have an additional replacement pin should you break your pin for the handle. Assembly to this is in the instructions there, but I'll demonstrate very simply. So like I said, I already have my cleaning dilution in here. I had it soaking, had it spinning for a while. Now it's time to put the handles on. So 2 parts of assembly. First part is put your handle on. Second part is put your drip tray on. So handle part, easiest thing I found, just go ahead and pull off the silicone nipple. Then what you do is you take your finger and you push up. You look for the side that says pull. Right side up. This would be upside down, so that's wrong. Right side up says pull. There's a little notch right here. If you lift up, you see that notch. Slide it in, drop it down. The spring holds it. Take your pin and just pass it through here. Voila. Put your silicone dispensing nozzle on so that it helps to make that nice curl pattern in your slushy. And here, if you just pull it down, you'll see that you can dispense your fluid when you're ready. Simple as that. Now drip tray. Slide this unit back a bit. You'll see there's 2 drip hoses right here inside your drip tray. Those simply feed in to the back like such. And you see that there's 2 notches in there. Put it in there and it clicks in place. Take your Tecspace drip tray. This assembly is very simple. It took me a minute to figure this out. Key thing is to look at this cog and wheel. You see how when you twist it, it slides in. If you don't twist it, there's that gap. That's going to prevent it from being able to go all the way in. So turn it until that closes the gap. See, there's a catch and there's a pin. See that pin there? So you're going to switch it as you're applying a little pressure until you see it go in. Make sure on the back, your seal is all the way on properly, which this one is not. If you look under here, it came off. So we're going to stick this up underneath here. And the grease that came in your kit, that grease gets applied underneath the silicone seal. That helps to keep it sealed tight. So routine maintenance would be to apply additional lubricant behind that seal. You're going to run your finger around the backside and underneath, especially like you see. Now back to the front, you're going to push your third piece in like that. Once it's in, then you're going to slide your hopper all the way back, and then it should click in. There should be two little feet down here. Okay, these two little feet here have to click in. All right, next, we're going to go to cleaning your tumbler. All right, when you first get your machine, you're probably going to want to wash it out thoroughly, because this is made in the Chinese factory, and I wouldn't exactly expect that it's going to be sanitary when you receive your unit. And some basic dishwasher soap. And all I'm going to do is just let this run for a little bit. I'm going to fill it up to the recommended minimum. This is the minimum line here. You can go higher, but you definitely want to go at least to this point with your syrup and water mixture. Next, we'll be putting in we'll take this unit inside, because what I found is that trying to use this unit outside is not ideal. Here in Georgia, it's very hot right now. It's about 92, 93 degrees, and the compressor for the refrigerant to actually drop the temperature in these hoppers enough to make slushies is way too much of a temperature difference. So we're going to pack this up after I drain out the soapy water, bring it in the house where it's nice and air conditioned, cool, set it up in the kitchen, and we're going to make our first batches. Activated. Over here is the power switch. Turn the power off. Here is your control for slushy or cold drinks. Here's your indicator. This power unit can power up to 3 of these. This one only comes to 2, so 1, 2, and if you had a third. Okay, off camera, I went ahead and I mixed in a blend of my coconut and my blue raspberry. The ratio, like I said, is 4:1. I used my mixing pitcher that came in the box, as well as the whisk, to do a thorough mixing. We're above the minimum line. Just gonna put the top on. Our unit is on. We have our toggle switches down to turn off the motor, so it's not rotating right now. So I will go ahead and turn on the motor just to let this further mix. Immediately, you see that the compressor has come on, and I will hit this button 1 time, 2 times, so I get that, then 3. It's going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's going to do a 300-second countdown. Okay, coming back, a 300-second countdown is about to end. And as soon as that cycle completes, you can hear the compressor kick into life. Now, speaking about the compressor, one thing to note: what makes Tecspace different than some of the other units that are on the market? Well, first and foremost, we talked about the quality packaging. But the most important part, most expensive piece on this entire unit is the compressor. And Tecspace doesn't use just the generic Chinese inexpensive compressors. They actually import Embraco compressors from Germany. And if you can see in there, you see that this has an Embraco compressor. And there's the model number, if you can make it out, EMC3194U. So that's an Embraco compressor unit. High quality German compressor. The life of your slushy machine. And so now we're going to see how long this takes. It just kicked in. We'll set a timer and see how long it takes to actually make slushies. Okay, so it's been about 35-40 minutes, and as you can see, the consistency is pretty thick now. There's actually some frosting on the outside. So all you simply do is just, at this point, pour